that the movie is an act of love towards cannibal Holocaust and the Italian exploitation cinema of the 70s.
Yes. If there's any way for me to express my love for those films, it was to make this movie. It was very, very much inspired by the cinema of Ruggero Deodato and Cannibal Holocaust, but also Umberto Lenzi, who did Cannibal Ferox, and Sergio Martino, Mountain of the Cannibal God. I mean, there's so many wonderful films. Joe D'Amato's Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals. It was a type of cinema that I felt is lost, that you felt was made by crazy people. You can't believe the things that were done. But also, these films were very, very dismissed by critics for many, many years. Yet today in America, you still see 20-year-old kids with Cannibal Holocaust t-shirts, Cannibal Ferox t-shirts. There's something about these movies that they have lived on and on and on and are still shocking and cool and exciting and have that element of danger for today's generation. And I wanted to make a movie that could stand alongside them in the video shelf.
And how much fun did you have in shooting the dismemberment sequence?
It's great. Anytime I'm filming gore, I'm always happiest. You know, I'm a little bit nervous because I know those are the big moments in the movies, but I work with K&B Effects. These guys are amazing. Greg Nicotero and Howard Berger. Greg's directing Walking Dead now, and they've done all of Tarantino's movies, and they knew that I wanted the violence to look really, really real. And I was filming in the Amazon in a village that took 5 hours of traveling by Land Rover and by boat every day, with people that had never seen ice cubes before, let alone a camera, and getting them to rip out the eyeballs and the blood. And I thought, am I going to offend them? We had to take a television. We had to explain what a movie was. So we took a television and a generator and a DVD player, and they played them Cannibal Holocaust. So there are 5-year-old children in Cayayaco, Peru. If you ask them what is a movie, they say, oh, that's where you eat people. And that's all they know of what a movie is. They thought it was a comedy. And they loved the blood. They got so into it. We just had a great, great time. It was dangerous. There were tarantulas. There were bugs, like the size of pigeons. But it was great.
And how much time did you take to shoot that scene?
Well, that was 2 days to shoot the gore. I always want to do it as quickly as possible, but I really, really wanted that first sequence to be just absolutely horrific and extensive. And it's, you know, you can tell the dialogue scenes, I'll shoot that in an afternoon. I watch now and I go, why don't I have more takes of this? I could have got that better. But the gore stuff, I know that's what people are paying for, so I really, really spent the time. And it was very hot. It's 100 degrees. There were bugs. There are azula ants this big. If they bite you, it's like a gunshot for 24 hours. So we had to duct tape the actors' ankles and hands so that they wouldn't crawl. It was really, it got scary. It was a very, very difficult to shoot. But that's what makes it great, is that it really looks and feels real. You can see that we're really, really in the Amazon.
So we pass to the reader's question. Yes. And
these better be good.
When it comes to horror, what do you consider extreme? And what was the most extreme sequence that you have shown in your movies?
Well, I think extreme is all relative. You know, if I'm showing a movie to my Aunt Gladys, someone, you know, getting a paper cut is extreme. That's all she can handle. But for me, I can watch anything if I know it's makeup effects. You know, I think that movies are magic tricks. And so there is nothing, it's not real violence, it's just a depiction of violence. But to me, I think what makes it interesting is when you're watching a movie and you want the audience to say, what happens next? You want them to watch it and go, what's going to be next? What's going to be next? If you go super violent, in a way it can turn them off. So I don't want to say what was the most violent scene because I don't want to give away the movie. But every time I do something, everybody knows it's coming, and I like to draw it out as long as possible and then hit them in a way they don't expect.
After Hitler, what other historical character of the present or the past you want to kill in one of your movies?
Oh my gosh, who would I kill? Who would I kill in a movie? I mean, Hitler, you know, there's Hitler, there's Mussolini, there's many of them. It's hard to top Hitler. But I think, God, a historical character.
From the present, from the past.
I'm trying to think of a really good one. I don't mean to run out the clock.
Some director you hate.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. I have to be so very careful about what I'm saying. I think right after Hitler, I would have to maybe put Dick Cheney or Donald Rumsfeld.
Wow.
But I can't say that almost, because then it's like, oh, he wants to murder them. I don't really think about them. I think it's much more fun to kill someone in a movie. I think about killing them in movies rather than killing them in real life. I think it's more effective.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you kill someone in real life, then you're a crazy person, you go to jail and you murdered somebody. Yeah. But if you kill them in a movie, it can humiliate them for generations and generations.
Would you like to come back to work as a director in the Hostel franchise?
No.
Why?
Hostel is a certain period of my life. It's how I felt when I was 32 years old. Same as Cabin Fever was how I felt at 22, and The Green Inferno is how I felt at 40. It was rare for me to do Hostel 2, but I wanted to continue the story. I felt like I had more to say. But the deal is if other people want to continue the franchise, it's fine with me.
The work and your friendship with Tarantino have ever inspired you?
Of course. I mean, Tarantino inspires me in many, many ways. And one of the best things about Tarantino is he directs without a monitor. He doesn't sit in a chair looking at a television screen. He's next to the camera. And that really influenced how I directed Green Inferno. There was no monitor, there was no trailers, there was no director's chair, or any of that. I was holding a camera, running through the jungle, filming right alongside the other cameramen. So that was a great influence on me.
Would you like to say something to the Best Movie readers?
Yes, I would. I would love to say something. It's an honor to be here in Italy, truly, because I love Italian cinema. Obviously, the films of Dario Argento and Lucio Fulci, but even Ruggero Deodato, Umberto Lenzi, Sergio Martino, Joe D'Amato, Antonio Margaretti. There's an energy and excitement in these films. They feel like they were made without any rules. I would highly encourage you to go back and rediscover these movies if you haven't seen them. But I think you're going to have a great time with The Green Inferno. It's a wild, insane ride, and I guarantee you there's nothing else like it out there.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock.